The Bamiyan Valley is located along the ancient Silk Road in the central highlands of Afghanistan, surrounded by the Hindu Kush mountain range. The area contains 2 carved giant Buddha statues, as well as fortified structures from the Islamic period. The entire Bamiyan Valley holds evidence of ancient Buddhist practices. The hundreds of caves burrowed into the mountains were, in the past, inhabited by Buddhist monks who wanted to be close to the Buddhas. Inside the caves, the ceilings contain oil-painted murals. The towering figures, which have stood over the Bamiyan Valley for over 1,500 years, were destroyed by the Taliban in March 2001 in an act of cultural vandalism as a part of their campaign to destroy all artifacts that they deemed as idols. The statues had previously survived numerous conflicts, like the ravages of Genghis Khan. The United Nations declared the ruins of the Buddhas as an endangered World Heritage Site in 2003 due to their fragile condition, vulnerability to looters, and continued cultural vandalism. The country of Afghanistan itself has served as crossroads of culture for some time. Afghanistan, nicknamed the Graveyard of Empires, is reflective of encounters between Islam, Hinduism, Achaemenid Persia, Alexandrian Greece, and Buddhism. This unique combination of cultures has led to prolonged armed conflict and extremism, which has ultimately destroyed much cultural heritage within the country. It is clear that the Middle East has been swept by cultural terrorism in recent years. Terrorists are taking advantage of the political disunity and economic hardships these countries are facing, and with each act, cultural heritage is lost. The Bamiyan Valley Buddhas are vulnerable to conflict and cultural terrorism due to the location and the nature of the conflict in the surrounding areas. The area is technically public property, and the governor of the Bamiyan area has appointed guards to protect the Buddhas and the surrounding area from vandalism. There is hope for the Buddhas. In fact, an international safeguarding campaign was launched by UNESCO in 1972 to restore the Temple of Borobudur in Indonesia. The famous Buddhist temple, dating from 8th and 9th centuries, was abandoned in the year 1000. The temple was gradually overgrown with vegetation and was not discovered until the 19th century. With the active participation of the Japan Trust Fund and UNESCO and other partners, the restoration of Borobudur was complete in 1983. There were 8 guards specifically protecting the Bamiyan Valley against vandalism and looting. At present, the management system is provisional with the help of the international community for the appropriate administrative, scientific, and technical resources. We must safeguard the artifacts that survived the destruction of the Buddha statues, notably by pursuing the complex demining operations at the site. Simply keeping items in a museum is not good enough. In fact, thieves raided the treasures of an Iraq museum during the chaos between the US military and Saddam Hussein's forces. Just like that, 7,000 years of history disappeared in a flash. The safeguarding of cultural heritage is important because it strengthens the sense of national identity. Once these artifacts are removed from their existence, we will forever lose the chance to understand the history behind them.